Thank you, Mr. Chairman and distinguished members of the committee. I appreciate your being here today. I'm very honored to be able to introduce Analisa Torres, and I'm pleased to offer my strong support for her nomination to the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. Today, she's joined by her husband, Mr. Stephen Witter, along with her father, the Honorable Frank Torres, former New York State Supreme Court Justice, and her mother, Mrs. Yolanda Torres, as well as a number of other family members. I also want to thank President Obama for acting on my recommendation and nominating another superbly qualified female jurist to the federal bench. My experience with Judge Torres has shown her to be fair-minded, a woman of great integrity. Her lifetime of public service and legal experience serving as a jurist, an attorney, and serving her community has earned her the respect of her colleagues, and her body of work demonstrates her qualifications to serve on the federal bench. Ms. Torres currently serves as a justice on the New York County Supreme Court. Previously, she served on the New York County Supreme Court as acting justice for almost 10 years. In her current role, she exemplified pragmatism and has demonstrated a consistent commitment to thoughtful, sound, and fair reasoning. Judge Torres received her JD from Columbia University School of Law and graduated from Harvard College. In addition to her professional work, she has shown an enduring commitment to her community. She currently chairs the Women's Housing and Economic Development Corporation, a role she has served in since 2007, after serving as a director there for almost a decade. There's no question that Judge Torres is extremely well qualified and well suited to serve on the as a federal court judge. I strongly believe this country needs more women like her serving in the federal judiciary, an institution I believe needs more exceptional women. Over the last several years, the number of women in the federal judiciary has stagnated, hovering at roughly 500, less than a third of the federal bench. According to the National Women's Law Center, there are currently 82 vacancies on the federal district and appellate courts. The nonpartisan Congressional Research Service recently determined that we are in the longest period of historically high vacancy rates in 35 years. Accordingly, jurists across the country, including Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, have urged the United States Senate to act expeditiously on pending judicial nominations. With greater diversity of gender, ethnicity, and professional backgrounds, we can ensure our judiciary more closely resembles the great country we live in. And these are not just ideals that we should aspire to, but steps we should take to have a more diverse judicial system. I have no doubt that having Judge Torres serving in the federal judiciary will bring us closer to that goal. I was honored to recommend her for this position, and I urge swift approval of her confirmation. I am also pleased to introduce to the committee Nelson Stephen Roman, to the United States District Judge for the Southern District of New York, and Claire R. Kelly, to be a judge in the United States Court of International Trade. They are joined by their family members, and I'd like to take this opportunity to publicly recognize and acknowledge and thank their wonderful and supportive families of all of our nominees. First, Judge Nelson Roman, currently an Associate Justice for the New York State Supreme Court Appellate Division, a position he's held since 2009. He previously served as a Justice of the New York State Supreme Court, as a judge for the New York City Civil Court, and as a judge of the housing part of the New York City Civil Court. Prior to becoming a judge, he was the Assistant District Attorney in Kings County, as well as a Special Narcotics Assistant District Attorney. As a native New Yorker, Justice Roman received his BA from Fordham University and his JD from Brooklyn Law School, where he attended at night while serving as a New York City police officer. Claire R. Kelly has been nominated to the U.S. Court of International Trade. Ms. Kelly is a professor at Brooklyn Law School, where she teaches classes on international trade, international business law, and administrative law. Before this, she spent 4 years as an associate and 3 years as a consultant specializing in customs and trade law at Coudert Brothers in New York City. A native New Yorker, Professor Kelly received her JD from Brooklyn Law School and her BA from Barnard College. While it's true that we live in a more diverse world and we have come a long way in filling the ranks of the legal world, we still have a long way to go to achieve full equality. Confirming these 3 exceptional nominees quickly would be a great step in the right direction. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.